When nature decides to slap you with a nerve so bad there's no return, you wonder what you could have done. I mean, how do you get nerfed so hard that predators don't even notice you? Sloths are so bad at life, even the thing they do 24/7 doesn't work out for them. First, they insist on eating almost nothing but leaves, a diet that gives them almost no energy. Not only does it take them actual days to digest it, it's the reason they're so slow. I mean, it's not evolution at this point, they're nerfing themselves to sleep. It's so bad that if a baby sloth falls off a tree, the mother will pretend it didn't notice, as that would take too much time or energy. Only able to take care of one sloth, if the mother happens to have twins, she'll send the weaker one to the adoption center. And by that, I mean a creature's stomach. One of the only things they have going for them is that they're so slow, algae grows on them, giving them camouflage. But since we have animals like the harpy eagle, a little salad blanket does nothing. They only poop once a week and half of them see the light in the process. This is probably because when they do, it can weigh up to a third of their body weight, meaning the poop weighs more than a baby sloth. I think the reason sloths don't poop from trees is because they don't want to risk the poop taking them down with it. I don't have beef with koalas, but clearly evolution did. Now, the more lumps and wrinkles on your brain, the smarter you are. Which is why koalas are baby cheek smooth and have one of the smallest brains of any mammal. That explains why if you put a plate of their food, they could starve to death since they have the recognition of a flip-flop. Koalas don't have the mental capacity to understand right, so they'll just sit there while getting wet and not understanding why. They insist on eating a mildly toxic plant that basically gives them no energy. Which is why this meat lump has to spend 18 to 22 hours sleeping because they literally nurse themselves to sleep with their diet. And the 2 hours they're awake, they're either eating or running through females like a track meet. Evolution did them so badly that when the koala's teeth rode, they solved the solution by starving to death. I would honestly start feeling bad for the koalas. The kiwi. Imagine having siblings 9, 10, and 5 feet and you end up like Humpty Dumpty with a beak. Nature wasn't done humbling them. Like their relatives, they can't fly. And despite being relatives to an ostrich and the elephant bird, kiwis are as defenseless as the fruit that got named after it. 90% of kiwis will die in the first 6 months. The kiwi is such light work, it can only survive in places without any mammalian predators. This is where you wonder if nature tried here, because somehow it gets worse. The problem is kiwis have to drop eggs almost the same size as an ostrich's. Not only is it painful, but it rearranges the female organs so much that it can't eat. Yet somehow they're still able to give birth to 6 eggs a year. But when you can be despawned like the fruit that got named after you, you gotta keep the species alive somehow. But clearly that strategy isn't working because they're getting murked left and right.